It's 8:30. Good morning, I'm Lauren Freemantle with Hunter News. The Hamilton Chamber of Commerce is once again calling on Newcastle's bus network operator to reinstate buses down Beaumont Street. It comes as fruit and vegetable store The Crunchy Carrot prepares to close its doors this weekend, blaming a lack of foot traffic stemming from bus redirections begun in January. Last week, Keolis Downer announced changes to the Newcastle timetable in response to community feedback, but traders along Beaumont Street are frustrated no services have been restored to the strip. Police are searching for a man who approached a little girl at Hamilton yesterday and kissed her on the cheek. The incident occurred around 10 a.m. before the 5-year-old's carer came to her aid and the man left in a silver sedan. Newcastle detectives are now looking for the car, while the man's described as being of Middle Eastern appearance, around 180 centimetres tall, with black hair and facial hair. Anyone who recognises that description should contact Crime Stoppers. The parliamentary inquiry into the federal government's response to PFAS contamination will this month host a public hearing in Williamtown. News of a local hearing will come as a relief to Williamtown residents who have spent years locked in an ongoing battle with the Department of Defence over their management of the situation. Queensland MP and inquiry chairman Andrew Laming says the hearing will give residents a chance to be heard.
The subcommittee is working its way around the country. Your chance on the 24th of July is to have a say if you've read the current scientific report and you have concerns about the adequacy of the government response. This is not another inquiry into PFAS itself, but we're making sure that government, particularly the federal government's response, is adequate.
During a one-day blitz on New South Wales roads this week, police have issued over 300 infringement notices to Hunter drivers. Operation Compliance 2 is now underway for the school holidays, with Hunter motorists faring second worst behind the Central Metropolitan District in terms of not keeping left, mobile phone use and vehicles not up to standard. The operation will continue until July 23, with all officers given highway patrol duties during this time. Over 8,000 tonnes of rubbish has now been cleared away from the former Stockton tip site and transported to Summerhill Waste Management Facility. The removal of various debris, including asbestos, wrapped up last week after the state government committed $1 million in emergency funding following bad weather which re-exposed dormant rubbish. It comes as the community waits to see the long-term management of the tip debated in state parliament after collecting 10 signatures on a petition. Programs and facilities targeting antisocial behaviour around the Hunter are receiving a boost, with the state government opening up its annual Community Safety Fund. Attorney General Mark Speakman says previous projects have included a mobile youth centre, improvements for Indigenous kids' sporting fields and solar streetlights for pedestrians. Parliamentary Secretary for the Hunter, Scott McDonald, is urging you to apply online at the crimeprevention.newsouthwales website.
Groups are able to put in claims, submissions of ideas up to $250,000. So, look, very useful. There's been a lot of good ideas in the past. It might be fencing, it might be lighting, range of good ideas that we're hoping to hear from community groups.
The Office of Environment and Heritage has announced changes to the format of Upper Hunter air quality alerts following complaints from residents. The previous system had been in operation since 2011, giving generic warnings for exceedances of individual air quality levels. The state government says this new system will provide greater clarity on whether averages or real-time data is being used. Briefly, around 16 homes have been affected, some needing new carpet, from a burst water main at Cardiff yesterday, and a Wallsend man has caused a gas leak overnight after rupturing a main while burying his pet dog in the backyard.
Sport for our sponsor PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
Knight star Mitchell Pearce says his time in the coach's box as he nursed an injured pec has given him a better outlook on the game. He returns tonight as the boys look to keep their slim finals hopes alive, with their halfback finally back to pull the strings. Pearce says the time off has helped him see the game from an alternate perspective.
It's good to step back sometimes, and especially being in a new club, watch things from a different perspective. So hopefully that results in some good form.
Warners Bay are out to defend their State Cup title this weekend as the girls host the annual knockout at the Lake Macquarie facility. The Panthers headline a bumper Group A, including last year's finalists Wallsend, Uni and North Coast side Boambi. Skipper Cass Davis says the tournament is a good chance to get game time into some of the talented juniors coming through.
Fielding a fairly young team with a lot of under-20s coming into the mix, but all the girls are really excited to play.
And Maitland Piggers star Luke Dawn is set to retire from playing at the end of the season, but will retain the job as head coach. And the winning numbers in Thursday Powerball are 32, 23, 31, 4, 16, 25 and 18, and the Powerball is 5. 2NURFM News Time 26 to 9.